do this again for my vlog, because America will love it. All right.
Gotta go name your name.
Right. No.
Nathan.
I want you to tell the vlog your name. You go first.
Nathan Schroeder. Nathan Schofler.
One more time.
Nathan Schroeder. Nathan Schofler.
One more time.
Macro, I'm from mom and dazzle. Down like ground like gravel. Coming back around like lasso. Macro, like a vision board, I see with clarity. I hustle like my name is Gary V.
Sabas, I've been telling you.
Accounts was talking about equity. I'm Triple H giving the pedigree. That mean that I'm special, my specialty. I put in the work till I'm dirt in the earth. I'm moving furniture to Beverly.
When I heard the sound of the gun, I lost track of those who won't run. Cause I'm not done chasing the sun. So may you all find peace on the way. Sun chasing been a long time coming. Look a little longer till we all find something. Yeah, the bag's all weight, I can bring them all.
This is nice and cozy. The private plane thing's gonna seduce me eventually. I don't want to succumb. I don't want to.
The back and half of them dizzy and struggle for them just to stay consistent with us. Been trying to pave another path, but they don't listen to us. So when the guns sound blast, let the best man win. I'll lay your whole squad down, so put your best man in. Cause I've been in and out of rust, but don't think I do enough. I see where I need to be and know I need to keep the trust. Cause when I heard the sound of the gun, I lost track.
In Missouri, I'm going to Cowboys Jerry Jones leadership offsite. Should make a lot of you happy, a lot of you mad. Polarizing team. I like them because we both hate the Giants.
Not everyone I started with is with me making plays. If they were with me every day, then they be with me in the race. But I strive to only be competing with myself. So every time I finish, put a trophy on the shelf. A simple way of living, viewing things a little different with the energy I bring. It's hard for me to keep it timid, hitting limits that I never thought I'd ever see. King up on the hill, that means I need a crib in Beverly.
And how are you? Delaney Foley's around?
Yeah, she is. She's at the big house. If you just follow this road on down, you'll see the big house.
Thank you very much. Got to go down to the big house. That.
Further down, yeah.
That makes a lot more sense. Do more of like vlog style today, you know? Do you know what I mean? Yeah. More than like a business video, you know? Yeah. I mean, well, obviously we have to take that, but like that's, you know?
Yeah. So have you had a crazy week? Have you been all over the place? Or?
Were we Monday?
We were in LA.
Oh, right, yeah. So I was in LA, had to do a red eye, which sucked. It's been good, just busy.
Yeah.
You know, I think only 2 or 3 weeks a year do I get all 5 days in New York, so
right.
It's pretty normal.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Sure, I'm a big fan of that. But you said a very important part. You said a 5-minute meeting. And it sounded like it was something important. Because I'm not scared of that, I love that. What I'm scared of is the millions of 1-hour meetings that could have been 17 minutes that weren't actually that important. And they creep up. And we're in client services, right? Like that's what we do for a living. So that's all we do for a living. We don't go practice on the field, we don't go play, like travel, like that's what we do. We have meetings, we strategize, and then we produce stuff to make something happen. And so the amount of ego on the creative side, I mean, how many times, opinion, that wasn't blue enough? The star's not big enough, right? Like, like.
I have no. That's what it is.
It's unbelievable how I only like this. Like this is the best. So this is all I do. I do 5-minute meetings with everybody who works for me. But when I think about somebody, I use technology as the gateway drug to enable the face-to-face to be far more powerful. If you literally are just leaving the ranch now, you got to fly back. You're prepping for draft. You might think about something about one of your guys. If you lived the way I lived, you'd go into Instagram, DM them, and say, "Hey Rick, I'm thinking about you. I'm excited about the week 13 last week. You caught my eye on something." That means the world to him in his environment. And then when you sit down with him the first day of camp, you're already on third and a half base, my man. You're defining your personal point of view on how communication should be done, in my opinion, right? Go read the articles about why the television was gonna be destroying our society, why the telephone was gonna destroy our society, because we were gonna stop writing notes. Your grandpappy's not thrilled with the way that you interacted. You should have went over to the guy next door and shake his hand and talk to him, not call him. We've always judged the next generation's version of how they communicate. They're communicating more. People think their kids are less social, they're more social. Every indicator shows that. What happened if you were in a school that you got bullied and it wasn't nice and you had no friends, but now you can go on Twitch and play video games with the people that have your interests? You have an outlet. You can't take the good with the bad. So, and that's only, don't forget, you're the judge and the jury of that opinion. I can tell you, because I'm spending a lot of time with these kids, they're closer to each other because of these things, because during the off season when they're in different places, like I just unbelievably am non-romantic about how you and I grow up in locker rooms versus how they do, because I'm just a big believer that humans are the greatest animal of all time and we adjust to our realities, and yeah, I just don't see it. I think we're not leveling it up enough when we have this conversation. And by the way, I'm a big shot because I'm looking at big data. I'm only sitting here peacocking because I'm seeing the actual manifestation in a lot of places, efficiencies in warehouses. I think you get a good vibe. I run my business like being a coach. I love this stuff. So yeah, I think I get it, especially when you actually played and you lived that version of it. I'm empathetic to that. I just think that, I think we'll be pleasantly surprised.
What was like a fun takeaway from that whole thing for the vlog?
I think it was, first of all, clearly a strong organization, makes sense. Jerry's one of the strongest, most powerful owners and super successful in business and all that good jazz. And so that didn't surprise me. It's what I expected, good people, what I expected. Only one fun takeaway. It'll be fun to play that, in the owners meeting in 30 years. That's real cool, huh?
When I heard the sound of the gun, I lost track of those who won't run.
Bye-bye.
'Cause I'm not done chasing.
Bye-bye for you. Take care of yourself.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Safe journey.
How are you?
All right, good. Hello. D-Rock. Why are you so fancy now?
I'm not.
Flying private. Got some cool Nikes.
A nice rock.
People make art for you. You got super fancy.
That's not true.
You sold out, bro.
You're right, I did sell out.
Yeah.
Gary, why are you so fancy?
Cause I'm fancy. That's why. You can only hold off the inevitable for so long.
I mean, you're gonna make me like all meetings the entire time you do it.
No, listen, I mean, I'm not unaware. So many of you are like, Gary, why don't you go private more? It saves time. I get it. Like, I get it. And especially when you go to places like this. Like if I'm going to LA, like, whatever. But like, when you're going to Springfield, Missouri, like, and you might have to connect, or you have to make it as efficient as possible. One brick at a time. I'm not gonna own the New York Jets and not have a private jet. I'm gonna drive to the Cincinnati game.
Well, it's like what you said, like, you didn't realize what comes along with it.
Did not realize. Yeah, I still think that for being so smart, the fact that I went from point A of like being a kid, 20-year-old kid, to owning the Jets, but didn't realize private jets and courtside Knicks seats were gonna happen in between, that was a little naive. Well, there's no Wi-Fi, which sucks, so. This is the funniest part about me. I use paper for my fantasy baseball league, which everybody makes fun of me for, which I make fun of myself for, but I have a very hardcore like system of how I draft, and it's an auction. And we did a Daily V last year in auction, but we didn't explain it. It was early. People hated the episode. I loved it. Can't wait to look back at it. But we're really gonna bring it this weekend for you guys. It's gonna be an epic episode. And some of the things that happen here will manifest themselves on Sunday. And I'm prepared to win the whole league. That's the best part.
Would you consider yourself romantic on using paper?
No, I'm actually, I think that's a good question. It's not that I'm romantic about it. It's that speed is what I value over everything. You think I want to stand here on a vlog and be like, I use paper? I care about speed even over my own reputation and brand. I'm faster than typing and going to Excel. I don't use Excel, Google Docs, like, it's not how I roll. So all those spreadsheets that you'll see everybody working with going back and forth, I think I'm gonna process faster in this like maneuver. Like I know how I want it organized to make the decisions, because once you go into auction, you know, I don't need a shortstop. I have Correa locked in, but I'm gonna need a middle infielder. And like, I know how to visually make this for myself. And I don't know, every time I just have never been somebody who natively worked well in Excel sheets. I'm ready.
I got up on this being spilled. I make these rappers need some milk. I'll kill you boys and feel no guilt when we meet them up on the stills. Talking down, don't lose a zone. Catching vibes and running home. Talking calm with gutter dome. Glass house, I'm just throwing stones. Empty feelings for these poems with words they can never write.
Biggest thing for me, it's just like the stuff I talk about business. As I collect the data, it's more about fixing the well, not the sink. I'm thinking about my overall strategy, factoring in what Stats and Zhang, Bobby Glennon are gonna do. And those are people that have a chance, choice a little bit. And then factoring in what people that don't have a chance are gonna do to set themselves up for 2018. AJ, Brandon, Little Lou, the four-headed monster of Nate, Tyler, Anthony Latino, and CFO, Alan. DeRosa's gonna do dumb shit. Marcus is in the office of the CEO. He's one of the smartest guys I know. And I disrespect him tremendously in fantasy baseball. It's as if his brain works for everything that's important and not for those things that are not important. It's gonna be an awesome weekend. You like that?
Call a NASA optometrist, Earth is quickly losing sight. I went ahead and said I'm right, and they can never prove me wrong. Cause I rap laps around these cats, I dog them all on every song. I'm the man who gets exposure and turns to your favorite artist. And my stomach's always growling, even when I'm full, I'm starving. My mental can fill a nation, and my words can serve the birds. I'll be flowing through your city till I'm selling out the burbs. When my fan reach 1 million, will it get to my head? And will you stop saying I'm calling, say I'm Kanye instead? And if I show my true emotion and let them know what I think, well, am I still truly yours, or did the fame make me switch? When everybody watch your moves and they know what you can do, and they see that you gon' do it, yeah.
Everybody's killing their Thursday. D-Rock and I just went to Missouri and back. Only 4:20 in New York. We've already been in Missouri, D-Rock.
Somebody help this man to understand why they respect my bars like meeting with the mob. I told them all come invest in most of the
All right,
stuff.
what's up, Facebook? This is, as you guys know, I don't use my normal Facebook account because I use my fan page. But what's up? Actually, I'd love to get some feedback. I'm curious, who actually sees this? Leave a comment, please. I need to know. I'm not even sure who's seeing this.
With everything on my plate, with all these moves I could make. See, I
My
was
God,
never on
I'm
my
seeing him
king.
tonight for the wine event. Yeah. 9 years ago today. Can you believe that?
No, who is it?
Guy from Comcast. How nuts is that? I haven't seen him in like a long time. God, I'm really glad I did this studying. I gotta admit, I didn't know a lot of people. There's a lot. I'm like, who? You know what's funny to read? I've never read it before. I just never have the time. The recap of the Fantasy Baseball USA Today's leagues, like who won and what. They're driving. It's really funny. Now, but wait a minute. You're scheduled 7 to 8 for the 1 hour interview with D-Rock Saturday night.
Like me, I've been on my who's better. I killed the game swinging light. I never second guessed the rise, then suddenly I took flight. I recently found the truth. I recently found myself. Hey, I just found out that I'm rich by redefining my wealth. Now I'm retracing my path and asking passion to show me the way to reality somewhere everyone knows. And everybody watch your moves and they know what you can do and they see that you gon' do it. Yeah.
Let's do. Come with me. Let's make. I don't want to even like. Now I'm just doing shit on the spot because it could be 4 months later and be like, right? I've been doing that a lot more. Can we find a 45-minute or hour window, either next week or early next week, to jam with the Sundown team?
Somewhere everyone know me. When everybody watch your moves and they know what you can do and they see that you gon' do it. Yeah. When everybody watch your moves and they know what you can do and they see that you gon' do it. Yeah. I'm just waiting on the next move. The next move got me waiting on the next move.
Thanks, man.
Appreciate it. 22, 23?
29. I'm making us a little bit older. His beard is 22.
Yeah, that. His beard's 18. This is literally why our company's gonna go out of business. I'm pissed about meetings, and every time I go into a meeting, the first 17 minutes is this horse shit.
We just started. It's 5:34.
Right, 4 minutes in already horse shit. Con, sorry about the end of the day. I'll see you next week.
Oh yeah.
Sang. No, the Wi-Fi was broken on his private plane, so but I brought paper just in case. I did some real study.
Paper research? Wow.
I mean, I have all the data.
This year you have to do a lot of homework because you have so many minor league draft picks. You're not going to be able to dump all of them into next year. That was the one thing I was curious about because you never really do minor league draft. You're kind of like always turning those into the next
3 years, yeah, you're right. I mean, yes, and I'm doing homework there. I have 5 picks now, not 7. But I have to really win. Like, this is my year. No, but this is my.
Garrett's this is like a 20-team league. You really have to be working.
I've given up to his point, I've given up 2 full years to try to win this year. 2 years ago, I said I'm gonna rebuild for 2 straight years because it's so competitive and it's 20 teams that you kind of have to, I almost think. You have to make like 3-year commitments.
There's no total.
You're playing it real interesting. Yours is really interesting. Are you? That makes me upset, actually. Is that true?
Yeah.
Fuck, that's not good. Is that true?
How do you plan for the next year?
Well, he has 8 draft picks.
I only have 5 keepers.
And your 5 keepers were risk. You know what's funny? Honestly, I'm upset because I thought you were playing for this year and didn't feel great about your 5 keepers. Now, they could all work out great, but I didn't feel great about them.
Wait till my minor league draft. Man, my minor league board is so stacked right now. That's the only thing I can study for at the point because I haven't been able to.
So what, you're like really got young kids on there, like the best 17-year-old.
Yeah, 17.
Or whatever, right?
Yeah, exactly.
Fuck. You're not playing for this year.
I play for every year.
But that's why you never win.
And you have.
Melissa, can you tell your boss that he should not go for it in fantasy this year and he should try to build for the future?
You're just lucky I know there is fantasy this year.
Oh yeah. And
Why are you trying to go for it?
Thank you. Good job. Give her a raise.
raise, promotion. You now work for her, Mark. Yep.
I got a point of speed and spill. I make these rappers need some milk. I'll kill you boys and feel no guilt when we meet.
Let's interrupt this scene for a second. You're gonna show me in my office. Hopefully that's there.
Yeah, it is there.
You're gonna go back to it. You're gonna circle it. You're gonna go back to me saying, Tyler, say you're sorry. Hey, Tyler, say sorry to Thrift Shop Hustler.
Hey, Evalos, I'm so terribly sorry. I forgot to tag you in the last episode. We got to put these things out quick, and sometimes things just slip through. I hope you're doing really well. Amazing work. I won't slip up next time. Peace.
And then we'll move on.
I love it.
Feel no guilt when we meet them up on the skills. Talking down, don't lose a zone. Catching vibes and running home. Talking calm with gutter dome. Glass house, I'm just throwing stones. Empty feelings for these poems with words they can never write. Caught a NASA optometrist, Earth is quickly losing sight. I went ahead and said I'm right, and they can never prove me wrong. Cause I rap laps around these cats, I dog them all on every song. I'm the man who gets exposure and turns to your favorite artist. And my stomach's always growling, even when I'm full, I'm starving. My mental can fill a nation, and my words can serve the birds.
What's going on? What are you working on?
The Year of Manifest. I'm really excited.
It's good, right? Yeah, it's gonna have to be hardcore. Nice pants. Marcus, how's your studying been going?
It was really good like 3 weeks ago, right after surgery, and now it's in shambles.
Perfect. I've been sending Marcus extra work. Like, I'm joking, but we have our fantasy draft. I was like, the other night, I was like, you know what? I wonder if Marcus is, I bet you he's studying. Marcus, immediately, first thing tomorrow morning, I need this 400-page deck.
I really thought that.
Claude is the only person who's ever had a full daily V about her. And look at her pants. Show the pants. Alan, have you been studying for the fantasy draft?
Don't need to, my friend.
You ever hear walking into a buzzsaw? That's what Alan's about. I can't wait for his face.
I've really put in some time.
You have. All right, let's do this. Sorry, Matt, Juliet, I'm just getting very excited for the draft on Sunday. Let's do this.
When everybody watch your moves and they know what you can do and they see that you gon' do it, yeah. When everybody watch your moves and they know what you can do and they see that you gon' do it, yeah. I'm just waiting on the next move.
Yeah, I felt like you forced it. It wasn't there the first year or two, and I feel like you forced it on this. I'm not a pure New Yorker. Just want to remind everybody I'm from a different place slightly.
No, they don't say all
it was
Arizona either.
just that. Well, then it's very fake.
That's because my parents are from Texas. My family's from Texas.
Here's the bottom line. You know what's funny about his laugh? That was the first time he actually bought into my thesis. That's what that was.
The emotion behind it is interesting.
It was absolutely not there for 2 years, 3 years in New York, and then out of nowhere you threw it in somewhere around the time Mickey was about to like. There was. That's yeah. That's right. You just really aren't a good guy. It's as simple as that. He never said it once for the first 3 years he was around me.
I just don't think you can say that with 100% confidence.
You know what's funny? I know you very well. You know I'm right.
I don't think that you. I've for sure said y'all.
Somewhere around the time Mickey was heading to chat, just so you know, somewhere around the time that Nicky was starting to make his transition, and he started saying it more often because he was like trying to get back into practice, Nate slipped one in, tried to see like what happened, and I didn't call him out on it because I remember thinking he was like making a joke because we could have stopped it right then and there, but nope. And then he still, by the way, he's still not consistent with it.
Y'all's much better than you guys.
Yins. You do that.
Like, what do you like?
I say y'all. So much talent at Vayner. Vinny's singing? Corey, what do you think?
It's cool.
So was that thumbs up, bro. That was awesome.
Vinny's singing. Corey, what do you think?
You like art?
I love art. When it's in sneaker form.
Yay,
One of those
fun. I'm glad I made
One of
it.
those are actually for you. She's
I
gonna
know.
surprise it for you.
Why'd you ruin her surprise?
I know.
What a bad guy.
I'm sorry.
What a bad guy. How are you? Hey, how are you? How are you?
I'm sorry.
Yeah, I feel like if you look deep into the blue. Look at Locke. That's really good. Do this again for my vlog because America will love it. All right. Right. No.
Nathan.
I want you to tell the vlog your name. You go first.
Nathan Schroeder. Nathan Schofler.
One more time.
Nathan Schroeder. Nathan Schofler.
One more time. Please, just one more time.
Nathan Schroeder. Nathan Schofler.
Okay. And now for my Instagram story. Hey guys, what's your name?
Nathan Schofler. Nathan Schroeder. Schofler. Schroeder.
Thank you.
Hey guys, what's your name?
Nathan Schofler.
Let's go.
Nathan Schroeder. Schofler. Schroeder. Thank you.
Hey. I love it. How about like in the whole scene? Yeah. Yeah, Ben. Yeah. Hey, Ben. Good.
Good to see you.
Great to see you, Ben.
Do we want anything?
Just get as much in the background as possible. Thanks, guys. Have a great day. Or Bone Thugs and Harmony. Just give back to this company a little bit. It's given you so much.
I need to give a lot back.
So here's, Oh, so that's huge. Great. So here's what I would go with. I would go with the current state of CMOs are architects, but not practitioners. I was groomed at a place like that. I know you guys have some context for that, but let me tell you the things that I would have needed. I think you really have to play to, you know, I know that you guys haven't worked with Vayner or Gary. The one thing that he's good at is, even though he's in outer space all the way up there, he still knows, he knows the little details of hashtags and this and that's the future of CMOs, and that's how I'm being built, to be able to do a Super Bowl spot or a single post on Musical.ly that are both effective for the dollar amount. Heading to a dinner that I put together, a random wine dinner with some clients and friends and leaders, and so it should be a lot of fun. Looking to do more of that to bring, as my world gets bigger, instead of being one of the guests, maybe being the host of these dinners and helping people collide into each other and maybe do some stuff, so it should be fun. Looking forward to that. Gonna be there in a minute. Got back from Missouri, fun day. It's almost like living 3 lives, right? Like, you know, it seems like yesterday that I was in front of the Cowboys leadership. Got back, worked on some reorg stuff, got a lot going on at Vayner, bunch of stuff going on at Vayner, just offense, just never settle, enjoying that. That was the majority of that. Anything else I did there?
The art show.
Oh, I stopped by the art show. It was great to see Vayner culture doing its thing. Just love them loving each other. That's probably the best thing I can say. And then just having a conversation with somebody and just talking about architect and plumbing, you know, literally that what I said, it's real, like, right? Like, are you capable of planning the media and distribution of a Super Bowl and the support around it campaign? That's a $20 million campaign, and are you capable to post something on Musical.ly with a picture that might cost $700 and understand every little nuance that you can put in there, much like the Ask Gary Vee show that you just saw about the nuances of titles and thumbnails, or all the things that we do on a daily basis. I really genuinely believe that's why I use the architect and the mason, right? Person designs a home, but can you actually, you know, put the brick and the cement on it and place it? Like, are you that good? Are you strategic and executional? Can you go way up in the clouds and be in the dirt? It is a life philosophy. It is definitely a marketing execution philosophy. It is why I'm winning. And you know, it's ego, it's humility, right? It's micro fast, it's macro slow, it's Super Bowl, it's a single post on Instagram, pulling from opposite directions. Where the magic is.
Clouds and dirt.
Clouds and dirt, motherfucker. I fully believe, I am bought in, that there's an ROI here. I don't need the reports, I don't need Nielsen's, I don't need 7 years later. If you lived a life where you were gonna do something nice for somebody just based on what they were gonna do nice for you in return right then, that wouldn't be a cool world. But the truth is, the best relationships are the ones where you give them something and then you start forming a relationship that then may benefit you somewhere along the line in the future. Got it? Saucy Sauce, Adam Elzer, one of the best operators in the business.
Elzer was in the kitchen fucking making it. That was made by Elzer.
That's not bad, right?
Yeah.
Dude, I have something crazy to show you.
Yeah, what you got?
This literally pops up in my Facebook today.
Ah, dude.
9 years ago today. How sick is that? I was like, D-Rock,
meant to be.
Is that the craziest thing?
It's meant to be. Oh, that's awesome. I was looking for my wristband, man.
Kim, why don't you start us off?
Sure.
Who you are and a fun fact. A New York Jets fact, please.
No.
Zero. I know.
Oh, actually,
she's a Bills fan.
The Bills beat the Jets and knocked them out of
But that was by
the
accident.
playoffs.
2 years ago.
I think
That's a long time ago.
The stories, like I.
Your daughter's the coolest person I know, and I haven't met her yet.
My
But
daughter
just through
is
your
quite
stories,
cool. It's true. It is true.
including I was in a meeting with Sue the other day on a call. I was talking about an up-and-coming hip-hop artist named Logic, and I said it so fast, but this is how Sue rolls. Literally, by the time I hung up the phone, I had a text back from her, which was a screenshot of a text that she sent to her daughter during the call. She's like, "Do you know who Logic is?" And he was like, "Mom, he's the best. That's why I'm going to like Jingle Ball, or whatever, Gumball, right?"
How old is she? 17.
lifelong Jets fan.
Guys, I have a real fun fact. This is straight truth. VaynerMedia exists because of this guy, and I'm not kidding. This is real. I forgot it actually, and when I saw him at South by, we were having a meeting, and it triggered, and I told it to the 8 or 9 people there. When I was in a transition and started really realizing the world was moving, and AJ was 4 or 5 months away from graduating college, we were still debating what we were gonna do. And the finalists were, actually this guy probably fucked me up a little bit. Let me explain why.
That's what I do. That's what I do.
The finalists were, the finalists were a site that basically would have probably been Groupon or Living Social, very similar, or we were gonna go very hard into fantasy sports and build out the fantasy sports world. This is 10 years ago, right? So, but I got an email from him and his crew at ABC, ESPN, Disney, like, where were you? What was
Disney.
it? It was Disney.
It was Disney.
And they said, come in and do like a day or a couple hours of consulting. And this is when I first started getting paid for speaking. And I was like, wait a minute, I should charge for this. And they were like, how much do you want? And I was like, $5,000 for the hour. And they're like, okay, great, send the invoice.
I think Bernie laughed.
Yeah.
Bernie first laughed.
Laughed. Yeah, that's exactly right. So I came in, we hung Bernie, who I still talk to, Rohan, like great crew of guys and gals. I left, I go downstairs, I call AJ. This is just straight up what happened. I go, hey, maybe we should start a consulting agency firm. That's literally what happened. It's crazy.
See, I don't know you on. See, I don't know you on. See, I don't know you on. Don't. Sometimes I spill my mental out on the beat. I send my thoughts up to the sky, they take me off of my feet. I paint this image for you, a replica of my pain. I let you hear all my problems, but hope you don't feel the same. My emotions been a wreck, my head been on cycle. I can never win this war, but I still try to fight though. Beauty in the struggles of friendship. I've been talking to my demons back and forth on some friendship. Asking how, seeing who, wonder when it'll stop. Question why they build you up, knowing damn where you drop. Always asking for some sun, but it don't leave when it rain. I wanna love all of my scars, but they remind me of pain. Hey. See, I don't love you, I don't hate you, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't love you, I don't hate you, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't love you, I don't hate you, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't love you, I don't hate you, whoa, whoa, whoa. I don't love you, I don't hate you, whoa, whoa.
Big ship and we're gonna turn, we'll have partners that'll like turn us in the right direction. My analogy is completely shifted. Now it's like we built this field, we built this game, let's call it football.
I like football.
Uniforms, we have our outfit, really cute outfits. We have the ball, they came up with the rules and the Super Bowl like every year. One day we wake up and we get to the field and it's a whole new
basketball.
game. It's basketball.
Yeah.
And our quarterbacks can't dunk. We have the wrong ball. Like so that rate of change, that's a very different scenario than just the evolution of turning shit.
And I will say something who's lucky enough to play in different fields. What's happening on the consumer products level has a very different. You guys have done some very smart stuff that has put you in a very good position. This world, you have channel conflict coming, DTC's coming, last mile's getting very close to getting solved, brands are getting commoditized. Let's remember one thing that is amazing. What I am completely blown away by, actually I'd love to ask this question. I am stunned how few people actually run a business. One of the things that's really running through my mind as I'm starting to really play with Tycoon,
Well, we were just talking about
is that right?
Literally.
Like I'm getting goosebumps because when I say to myself, how many people are actually running? Like you could start getting into like 7. Like you could, and so what happens is, I have this huge analogy of like companies are based on the players. The Lakers are really good when Magic and Shaq are playing, and they're really bad when they're not. And so for me, one of the things that I'm really fascinated by is these two I have a ton of confidence in because I know the person that is actually running shit. And I think everything stems from that, and it all trickles down, and that's just the straight truth.
You You always call me crazy, you've been right and I'm apologetic, but I'm human too and oftentimes it seems you do forget it. My mind run, my heart follows, I can't stop it. I feel my mental lift the world so I just can't drop it. I guess I need to say I'm sorry once again for stressing, but oftentimes I feel you busy and I need attention. I want the doctor just to tell me that I'm fine and good, but even when they do, I feel like I'm misunderstood. The things I feel never add up when it's even. I'm sick of fighting, love and hate, I feel like leaving.